Go for it.
Let's start with this. We touched on this a few months ago, but it was on the album side. Now we're talking about the song side. But it has now been, Lonzo, it has now been 1 full year, a whole 365 days since the last time a rap song was #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 charts. Is this the beginning of the end for rap music?
It's the beginning of the end for imitation rap. It's like folks want to just throw shit together and don't put no time and energy into it. Talking a bunch of nonsense. Sometimes in illegible languages. Yeah, that's about people about tired of that right there. I mean, there's not a song that's been made in the past year you can sing. Think about that. A good song, everybody can sing it. Anybody can sing it. Most of the songs, only the artist can sing them. The people may know them, they may be able to recite them, but they don't have a hook. They don't have anything that's really bringing them to make somebody want to just be a part of this thing forever. There's no records like I don't know, I'm Happy by Pharrell. That shit was, I got tired of that song, but that was an easy song to sing. It made you feel good. These Negroes are so stuck on killing each other. Nobody wants to sing about death and destruction. And I was telling my nephew, my grandson yesterday, when you're writing songs, man, you got to write songs if you want to make money and have longevity. You got to write songs that have some possible commercial value or some evergreen value. And evergreen songs are songs that are written that are timeless, like Marvin Gaye songs, Isley Brothers songs. They're timeless. You can't write a song like WAP. Yeah, you got some controversy, you got some streams, but you ain't gonna get no commercials on no WAP shit. Even the Whopper, the Burger King ain't fucking with you on the WAP. No, man, I can't. Wet ass, no, I can't make that. You can't do nothing with that. Okay, so it has a life, has a short shelf life, and it has limited use. Yeah, you might throw it in a movie or something like that, and that's cool. But you won't get that big money from commercials. And only certain kind of movies will use that song. And I'm not saying this, all the money is good, but if you got a song, I don't know, like a Frankie Beverly song, that Summer Gun is in every Tyler Perry movie, any feel-good movie in the world, that song is going to be in it. Okay, so that's just an example. That's just an example. So yeah, Doc, that's probably one of the biggest problems we got right now is the songwriting is limited.
Very, very limited. Before we go on, I got a shout out to Compton Mania. He's a friend of yours. He's a friend of mine. I got to hang out with him last weekend for a hip hop event, and I'm going to see him this Saturday at the Ghetto Gauntlet in LA. So if you guys are interested, go to Compton Mania on Instagram. We got to get him on the show sometime, Lons.
That'll work. Let it happen. Bring him on.
Good dude. Good dude. We'll talk about it later, man. Hey, let's talk about something, though, that's probably one of the bigger hip-hop stories of the past couple of days. We've talked about King Von at length on our show a few times. This story is a few years old, but the person who killed King Von was recently, the charges were dropped, and he has been let go, and the authorities decided he acted in self-defense. Before I get your opinion, Lonzo, I want to recap everybody. King Von was a very upcoming rapper, really, really good dude. Next up, everybody would say, goes down to Atlanta. He's beefing with some dude in Atlanta. He's sitting in his car. He sees the guy walk past his car. He jumps out of his car, starts fighting with the dude. One of the other dude's friends comes to help him out. Shit goes left, and dude pulls out a gun. Lil Timmy pulls out a gun and shoots King Von. Boom, King Von's dead. Lil Timmy goes to jail. He's been sitting in jail for the past 2.5 years now. But the general consensus is that Lil Tim did what Lil Tim was supposed to do, and they were down south, and hey, self-defense. But talk to these kids, Lonzo, speaking of King Von, talk to these kids about making split-second decisions, because you are a grandfather, and we're going to go back to that, but about these kids making split-second decisions that can literally end your life like King Von did. If he would have stayed his ass in that car, he probably would be alive right now.
Yeah, Doc, a lot of folks do make split-second decisions that change their life forever. And that's one of those things that you have to be able to evaluate things real fast and figure out, is it really worth it? And some folks are so turned up on trying to make the gram or trying to get that reputation, and they think it's okay to go sit down for, I don't know, 5 years, whatever the case may be, and give, or longer, give a piece of their life so they can have some real street cred, not realizing you're giving away something you'll never get back. You'll never get your time back. Never. It ain't coming back. And that's why they take it away from you. That's the only commodity that you have that you can never get back. And to make decisions that could be best dealt in other ways, like just leaving. Just sometimes just leave, man. Just get in your car and go, you know what, dude? And that's something I learned not really, I'm gonna say late in life, but I learned it fast, but I learned it slow in some situations. I remember at the club, I would always be the one trying to negotiate and keep everything quiet. It's my club. I feel I knew both parties, and I can sit there and negotiate and make something happen and hopefully diffuse the situation. And I remember one time I couldn't diffuse it, and it jumped off, and I was the one everybody wanted to sue. I'm trying to break the fight up, but I forgot I'm the man. When you're the man and you throw somebody on the ground or hit somebody or punch somebody, whatever the case may be, they look at you different. They was fighting over some bullshit, but because I had to put hands on one of them, I'm gonna sue. They didn't sue, but it made me realize, oh, hold on, I can't do this no more. So, and I realized also, if I'd have left them alone, they probably wouldn't fight no way. But sometimes people tend to get bigger and badder when folks are looking at them. And like I say, sometimes, man, I learned, hey, dude, you know what? That's how you feel. This is what I tell them all the time. Nothing we are arguing about is worth telling my lawyer or my doctor. What I mean by that is, if I have to tell my lawyer, that means I kicked your ass. If I have to tell my doctor, that means you kicked my ass. Both of these people are very expensive to have in your life. When you got either one of these in your life on a regular basis, there's a problem. So before I let this little minuscule problem turn into a major problem and a major expense, I'm going to leave this alone. I don't even argue with folks no more, man. They ain't arguing with nobody. I'm a bald head. Oh, I'm an old bald head, fat. Yep, I'm all that.
Call me all you want in the comment section. All that.
I'm all that. Okay, but you still ain't me. And on the best day, you can't beat me. So I realize sometimes you just can't let your ears take things and translate them into something that's gonna make you make your ass make a decision that it can't get itself out of.
Man. I would love to know your thoughts on this part of the story, Lonzo. So Lil Tim, the guy who was just released for shooting King Von a few years ago, 24 hours after being released, Lil Tim made a song called Left a Stain.
See, that's it.
Continuing the bullshit.
See, that's what I mean by niggas don't know how to win.
You got out of jail. What are you doing? Sit back, relax.
You don't know how to win. You won. Now you still want to go, nah. That's what you're doing. That's what you're doing. Nah. I beat the case. I got it. And see, what's going to happen now is, I hope it don't happen, but it's a very strong possibility that somebody that loved King Von going to make a stain out of his ass. Okay? So now what happens? It's the cycle continues because you can't fucking win. You can't sit your ass down long enough to appreciate your family, appreciate your freedom. You want to be a badass. Now you're going to try and clown some folks. And somebody who loved King Von is going, you know what, man? Fuck that dude. Okay? And next thing you know, we'll be doing a podcast about him and what happened to him.
Yep.